It's Absolutely Auburn, a place where we'll talk about all things Auburn, Maine, because we're in the middle of it all. The City of Auburn's communications team is dedicated to helping you connect with city government and learn everything you need to know about Auburn, our city, our people, our events, and our community. Welcome to Absolutely Auburn.
In this episode of Absolutely Auburn, we're talking all things human resources, people, benefits, and why you should become a part of this awesome team. So tune in, listen, and hear from our HR specialists, Sheri Buck and Chandra Elliott. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Absolutely Auburn. I'm Jen Bonig, and joining me, as always, in the studio is Abby Bourne.
Hello.
And our guests today are Sheri Buck and Chandra Elliott, both of whom are HR specialists in our Human Resources Department at the City of Auburn. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
So when I think of human resources, I think of people and jobs, which is, well, you can tell us if that's the main thing that you deal with, I guess. But I think of people and jobs. And can you share a little bit more of what a typical workday looks like for both of you in that world?
Sure. I will go first. This is Sheri Buck, and I'm an HR specialist with the city, obviously. And I would not say that we have typical days in HR. And that's one of the things that I really like about my job is that it's always a variety. You never know what's going to happen in a day. So that's what I enjoy about it. I take care of the benefits. I deal with the employees a lot for any changes that they have or any questions they have about their benefits or really any part of, their work day. I process pay increases and
we love those.
Yeah. They're always happy about that. And I'm also the coordinator for the city's wellness team. So that's a fun part of my job. I do enjoy that. I think that's, pretty much we take care of the employees, we help them in as any way we can. And they're really our customers. So we have 240 of them. So they do keep us very busy.
Wow. It always surprises me because I think because we only see so many people here in this building here in City Hall on Cord Street. Mm-hmm. So you forget all of the other city facilities and locations. And then, of course, you also have some of the school districts added into the mix now, too, which obviously, they're scattered throughout the city as well. So it's always surprising how many employees we have.
Right. And that 240 is just full time, and then it depends on, the summer. We always have rec employees, part timers coming in. So the numbers go up at that point.
Yeah, and I think HR, you guys are kind of the department that really touches all of the other departments, whereas Jen and I, we work really closely with, obviously, each other, and Liz, our supervisor, and then some other departments occasionally. But HR is the department that deals with everybody. I mean, Chandra, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you do?
Sure. So as Sheri said, there really is no such thing as a typical day in HR, but I can talk about a little bit of what I focus on. So my focus is mainly onboarding, hiring, and workers' comp. So an average day for me might look like, sitting in on interviews, onboarding a new employee, and maybe filing a workers' comp claim, maintaining the OSHA logs. So it's a little bit of everything, and no 2 days are the same.
So if someone is looking to join the team, you mentioned onboarding and training and that kind of thing, where would someone look to find employment opportunities here with the city?
So the main source to find job opportunities with the city would be our website, auburnmaine.gov, where you would just type in a search for job opportunities. A list of any open positions is there. We also advertise on Indeed and Maine Municipal as well.
And now, is everything online? I'm going to guess everything's online. You could fill out an application online, or do we still have old school paper? Can people drop off like a paper application?
Yes. So we do both. If people prefer to apply the old fashioned way with a paper application, they're welcome to do that. They can be picked up at City Hall in our office, submit them then. They could email them to us. You can also just apply online as well from the website.
So you mentioned 240 full-time employees, so lots of different departments and opportunities. So I took a quick peek the other day at job opportunities that were available, and I think there was everything from like an assistant arborist to an electrician to, I know there was a link to some school opportunities. There's kind of a variety of positions. So what are some of the jobs people might find?
We have three big major departments within the city. We have fire, police, and public works, which are primary job opportunities, I would say. But that's not to say there's not something for everyone. We have 17 departments within the city, and we are hiring from entry level to those that might have a specialty that we're looking for as well.
And now, do police and fire, do they have a different application process, or I'm assuming they have a different process because they're obviously coming with a very specialized set of skills?
Yes, so it is a little different process than just filling out a paper application and submitting it to us with a resume. However, you can still access it right from our website. You would still go to that same page, the job opportunities, and I believe it's a page that says, I want to be a, and it lists the fire positions, police positions, and it has a link right to their application process.
Now, Sheri, I know primarily you focus on the benefits piece, and I mean, I get it. It's probably not the sexiest topic in the world, right?
We have great benefits.
Well, we do. And I think people underestimate and undervalue that benefits package. I get it. I'm a woman of a certain age and I have a family. So the benefits package is very important to me. Mm-hmm. But, when I was younger and in my 20s, okay, great, benefits, whatever. Like, I don't really go to the doctor and I don't really need that. But our benefits package is more than just health insurance. Can you explain all the benefits that we have here at the City of Auburn?
Sure. To start with, I'm going to go through the insurances and then go on to the other benefits that we provide. Our health insurance, we have a great health insurance plan. And I know probably a lot of people say that, but we really do. And we have low premiums. We've been able to keep our premiums very low and low out of pockets, thanks to, we have a health reimbursement account that the city provides to employees. So that helps with the out of pocket costs. And for those that do not join the health insurance plan, we offer a waiver for them, monthly waiver that they'll receive. So that's a very big benefit for a lot of our employees. We offer dental, vision, life insurance, pet insurance, as well as short-term disability insurance. And we have a couple of retirement plans that people can choose from. And we have, for those that aren't really, younger people who aren't really interested in so much in health insurance, the insurance part, we have 13 paid holidays, and we have vacation, sick, floaters, or personal day a year. So it really adds up. Plus, we do have a wellness program that we offer to try to keep people educated on a healthy lifestyle and to keep our premiums down. That's a
Makes
plus.
A difference.
Yeah, it does. So, and that's a nice program to have for bringing everybody together too. And we do events, we do health education classes, and we offer health challenges throughout the year. So
didn't you just do Wasn't there just a lunch and learn yesterday?
Yes, a financial fit. Yep, yesterday, a financial fitness lunch and learn that we had. Yeah, so it's really a generous benefits package that the city provides.
Yeah, I'll say as, I'm 27, so I'm, in my 20s, maybe not caring about benefits as much as we should. But part of the reason I joined the city was because of the benefits package. I came from a company that we had health insurance, but it was really bad coverage and, not a lot of PTO there, didn't have weekends off. Like there was a lot of things that I wanted to change in my life. So that's why I started looking for a new job. And the city having that flexibility with PTO, with sick time, really the generous amount that we get every month. And then having, it's 13 federal holidays off, right?
That's right? Yeah.
So that's huge. I mean, a lot of people do not get federal holidays off. Yeah. So that was a huge thing for me. And even, health insurance, like it does make a huge difference to be able to go to the doctor and have it cost like $25 instead of whatever they would charge you if you didn't have that kind of copay and coverage. And I will say the wellness challenges are great. I got a free water bottle that I do use from Wellness Works. So yeah, those I think even if there are young people who are listening to this podcast, it might not seem important right away, but it's made my life so much easier outside of work to have those kinds of benefits. So it really does make a difference. And I think it's a great place to land and have the flexibility that those benefits offer.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad you're happy about that.
And for me, I know within, what was it? Probably 6 or 9 months of starting here at the city, I needed an unplanned and unexpected surgery. And by the off chance, when I was first hired, I was like, I'll take some short-term disability. It was very reasonably priced. So I was like, yeah, sure. For, I want to say like $5 or $10 a paycheck or whatever it was. It wasn't a lot of money. I was like, yeah, I'll do that, but I'm probably never going to use it. And then I needed to use it. And thankfully, Sheri, you helped me walk through that. I was able to get an app. I was able to, do everything kind of ahead of time with you, with that health reimbursement account. A lot of my deductible was going to be covered. I didn't end up with a giant hospital bill, which could have very easily happened when you have a surgery.
Yeah.
I don't even want to remember what the explanation of benefits said it cost. But I lucked out and picked the right things, I guess, when I started. A little foreshadowing. Like I said, certainly wasn't planned, and it worked out very well for myself.
Yes. And a lot of people, a lot of employees, you hear about procedures they needed done, or even their family members, who are ill, or it's amazing what the cost of, surgeries or just going to the doctors if you're having issues, it is crazy money. So it's really reassuring to know that we have great health insurance and little out-of-pocket costs.
Well, and I think, it breeds a healthier workplace, I would say, when you have that kind of benefits and support, and you know that your human resources department is there to support you and they're offering great benefits. It makes it easier to do your job, because if you have a lot going on outside of work, whether it's medical or personal, you know that you can still do your job and be supported, and you have those benefits that you work for. That's part of your compensation. But I know, at least for me, it's a lot off my mind when I come to work, and I know that I don't have to worry about having to pay a really big medical bill for some reason if I'm not prepared for that.
Yeah. Yes. Good point.
Yeah. So what is, I guess, if you had to pick, I don't even know if I want to say one thing, but what's your favorite part, or what do you love the most about working here at the city?
Well, I'll start. For me, I would have to say just one thing, Jen.
Well, that's maybe not just one, I guess.
Okay. I'm going to say for me, it's the team. And it sounds quite cliche to say that, everyone says, oh, we have such a great team here. We really have such a great team here. I feel like each of us has our own responsibilities and role, and each department has its own function. but we really lean on each other, and we can, help one another and collaborate on projects, whether it be, you're planning an event or it's enrollment time and we're visiting different departments, different, places within the city. I just feel like the team environment has been what's most important to me. I've had 2 different positions within the city. I started as an admin assist, and the last 2 years I've spent in HR, so very different roles. But I would have to say that carried over in both positions that I've had, and it's what I love most.
Okay, that's not fair. She just took my answer.
It's okay. I was thinking the same thing too, Sheri.
My answer was the people, from day one when I came on board. And I'm like Chandra. I started in a different position over at the fire department, and everybody was just so great. And I was there for 10 years. And the past 5 years, I've been in HR. And again, it just continues. Everybody kind of works together and tries to help each other out. And I like that part of it, and helping other people too. I mean, that's, HR. That's kind of what we do. And of course, the variety of work for me is a big thing. I don't want to be bored at work, and trust me, I am not bored at work. I don't.
Neither am I.
So yeah, that's. I think we have a very good team here in Auburn.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too, is the team. It's been doing events. I have to rely on a lot of other departments to help me out, and primarily public works and police and fire. Excuse me, but also the rec department as well. And without everyone coming together and helping on these events and different projects, I couldn't do the job that I do. And every time I reach out to someone, it's always, okay, what do you need from me? How can I help? Mm-hmm. And, these are the people that are coming and hanging out with me on New Year's Eve, much to their dismay. But they don't indicate that to me. They happily show up and volunteer and stand outside and hopefully not freeze too much on New Year's. The Lobster Festival and the Blues event's a little bit easier to recruit people because May and September, it's usually nice outside. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't do the things that I do without the team of people that I work with. Mm-hmm. How about you, Abby?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We've all kind of said the same thing, so I wanted to. But yeah, I think, as a younger person in a municipal government position, I think having the support of mentors, and that's been really big for me. I'm a communications assistant, so I did have experience coming into this job with what I do, but I've also had to kind of hit the ground running and learn a lot quickly. And that's been really great. But it's been made a lot easier by knowing that I have people around me like you, Jen, I would consider a mentor.
Oh, thanks.
And Liz, my supervisor, but also, people like Brian Wood, the assistant city manager, who in my first or second week here, I sat down with him and interviewed him for 20, 30 minutes just about what his job was, but also kind of what city government does, what role I can play, and how we help each other and how we help residents, and what my role in that is. So, I guess I'm kind of saying people too, but from a more specific angle, maybe just knowing that because there are such great people here, it's been easy for me to find people that I know really want to see me succeed and care about my success here, and that I'm, not stressed out if I'm learning too many things at once or whatever.
Like how to produce a podcast, for example.
for Jan, that's part of it.
Putting us all in the hot seat.
Surprise.
But yeah, and there are things that I really love the variety of things we get to do too. Yeah. Communications is different from HR, but we do have lots of things we do all the time that are different. Liz and I went to the Central Fire yesterday to film for a video that will be coming out in a few weeks. So, and I'd never done that before. So yeah, just the variety is a big part of it. And of course, the great people too.
Is there anything else in the HR world that we didn't cover or touch on that you ladies want to mention?
We didn't really talk about the laws of HR, and those are, well, the laws of employment. There's so many different laws that we have to, follow, and they're always changing. And that's more the HR director, Christine Mumal's job. She handles that part of it. And also, we have 6 unions within the city. So that can be a challenge. And each contract's totally different. And we just renewed, I think, all 6. I
believe so.
Yeah. And to get, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Do you mind? I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot, but can you talk a little bit about how working with the unions works?
Yeah. That is more of the HR director. She goes into, first they do negotiations and go back and forth on that. And then when they finally finalize everything, I've been the past round that I've done, I helped with just looking over the contract and making sure everything looked good, formatting, that type of thing. And then it's implementing all of the changes. There were pay increases to put through, some accrual things had changed. I think that was, that might have been it. Oh, yeah. There were a lot of different factors for pay. They changed the wage scale. So you just never know, but that is time consuming when, they're negotiating and when contracts need to be renewed.
Well, and keeping track of 6 different ones, and I'm sure it's by department or probably by the job that you do. Is that how that usually works?
Yeah. So like the top 3 departments, the fire, police, PW, they have their own contract. And then we have MSEA, which is more of the admin's contract to follow. So that is a variety of departments involved in that one. And I should say police have 2 contracts, and so does PW now, which was a new thing for us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to wrangle and keep track of. And like you said, Sheri, just making sure everyone understands and is following that agreement, that contract.
Exactly.
So.
I'll be honest, I can't keep track of them. So I just have them on my desktop and have to refer to them because they're all so different and I can never remember, Right,
who has what.
Exactly. So just keeping it handy and making sure everything's being followed correctly. Yeah.
We didn't miss anything else?
Well, I can say one more thing. Back to kind of what you said about, overall HR, is there anything we want to say? And what comes to my mind is that stereotypically, there's this narrative that HR, nobody wants to go to HR. And I hope in our office that it doesn't feel that way. I know for the 3 of us, we want it to be a welcoming place. We want you to come with questions. If you don't know, please come, even if it seems silly. If you just want to even stop by and say hi, we would love that. It doesn't always have to be for something unpleasant. And we are here for the employees. We really do care about each of our employees here at the city. And I hope that we can push that narrative.
Yeah, you're right. I think sometimes HR can get that negative connotation for whatever reason. But, usually you also have a little treat,
candy,
treat
candy
jar, candy.
Wait a minute.
Or Jolly Ranchers, which is that probably not healthy,
so
but
the wellness coordinator did not put the candy out. That would have been me, perhaps.
Thank you. I wanted to make sure that
but it brings people to our office,
Sheri. But we appreciate it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think if there's any City of Auburn employees listening to this, which there should be, or future employees, I do think, I haven't had, any bad experiences with HR in my previous jobs, but in this job especially, I do think you do a great job of having it be a welcoming environment. Everybody should feel comfortable just walking in, whether you have a question about something related to HR or your job or not. The door is always open.
Yes.
So yes, for sure.
Yes, you all take very good care of us, and we appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
So anyone who's listening, consider joining our team. Go to our website, auburnmaine.gov. You can click on job opportunities and see what positions are available. And I'm assuming if people checked in on that, whether it's a weekly or bi-weekly basis, it gets updated kind of as positions open or as positions get filled, they'll get removed.
That's right. Exactly how that works.
So yeah, check out our website. Come join us. You can also find us on Indeed as well for any job opportunities. But thank you, ladies, for joining us and giving us a little insight into what you do here.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks for having us.
It's been a really great conversation. Thanks for joining us on Absolutely Auburn. You can find all things Auburn, Maine at auburnmaine.gov and goauburn.me. You can also listen to us anytime, anywhere you get your podcasts, including Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio, just to name a few. The City of Auburn's communications team wants to remind you that Absolutely Auburn is the only official podcast for the City of Auburn, Maine.